Hey everyone, welcome to MindFlourish. I'm going to be really honest with you today, and I hope you stick around because I think this is poignant for all of us. I spend a significant amount of time putting together videos for you, not just to fill time, but because I genuinely care about your life, about your mental health, about your growth, about helping you to look at yourself and the world a little bit differently. I pour something real into it. And then the comments come in. When I look at past videos, instead of people engaging with the message, the heart of it, one comment can zero in on a single word, a single point. Maybe something I said imperfectly, or the attack that I'm part of the LGBTQ community, which I'm not, and suddenly that becomes the whole conversation. And I feel it. I'm not going to pretend I don't. I'm not perfect. I can feel frustrated. And here's the thing about frustration. It's not a character flaw. It's not weakness. It's actually a signal. It shows up when something we care about deeply runs into a wall. When you invest energy, creativity, vulnerability, and time into something, and the response feels dismissive or reductive, that stings. That's human. That's real. But frustration doesn't care if you're a content creator, a parent, a teacher, a friend trying to have a meaningful conversation, or someone just trying to do something good in a world that seems sometimes like it doesn't want it. We all know this feeling. The question isn't whether you feel frustrated. You will. The question is, what do you do with it? Well, step one is just letting yourself feel it without judgment. Don't suppress it, and don't dramatize it either. Just say, I'm frustrated right now, and that's okay. Psychologists call this emotional labeling, and research consistently shows that you're simply naming what you're feeling, and that reduces its intensity. You're not your emotions, guys. You're the person experiencing them. So then give yourself some space before you respond to anything. The comments will still be there in an hour or 24 hours. The keyboard isn't going anywhere. Take a walk, drink some water, let your nervous system settle. You can't think clearly when you come from a place of reactivity. And I've spoken about that many times in my videos about emotional reactivity or emotional dysregulation. So go check out those videos. Anyhow, then ask yourself a genuinely honest question. Is there anything in this criticism that's actually useful? Sometimes it's the most irritating feedback that contains a grain of truth that we need to hear. Not always, but sometimes. Being mentally healthy means being honest enough to look and to think about it and give it some space and give it some attention. Here's where frustration can actually become fuel if you let it. So use it to get clearer. If something you said was misunderstood, that's information. How can you communicate it better next time? Frustration, channeled well, sharpens you. It doesn't have to flatten you. Use it to recommit. Remind yourself why you started. Not for applause, not for perfect comment sections, but because you believe that people deserve to grow. At least that's why I did this. Maybe some people don't. But that mission doesn't change because just because one person decided to pick a fight with a footnote. At least that's what I believe about my situation. And use it to set boundaries. Quietly and firmly. You don't have to respond to every comment. You don't owe anybody your peace. Protecting your mental and creative space is not selfishness. It's stewardship. It's honoring you. Now, and this is the part that I really want you to sit with. Be kind to yourself. You are doing something hard, putting your ideas, your voice, your growth out into a public space. That takes courage. I mean, I'm an introvert who already talks a lot in my profession as a therapist. And if you're an introvert, you know that kind of like, it can take your energy, right? So you have to kind of recoup in private. Like I go hide in my cave sometimes. And talking more and being on camera, that was a big leap for me. So you're not going to do it perfectly. You will say things imperfectly. You will have off days. And those days, speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love. You wouldn't tell your best friend that they're a failure because someone left a harsh comment, right? I mean, don't say it to yourself either. And then extend that same grace outward. The person who left the sharp comment, they might be carrying something heavy today. That doesn't make it okay, but it does make it human. Kindness isn't about agreeing with everyone. It's about refusing to let someone else's pain become your cruelty. You can disagree with someone and still treat them with dignity. You can feel frustrated and still choose gentleness. That's not weakness. That's actually one of the hardest and most powerful things a person can do. So here's where I land on all of this. I'm going to keep showing up for you, even when it's hard, even when the comments sting, even when I feel like throwing my laptop out the window, because you're worth showing up for. And I want the same for you. Whatever it is in your life that's bringing frustration right now, a relationship, a job, something you poured yourself into that wasn't received well, feel it, name it, give it its moment, and then choose what comes next with intention. Don't let frustration write the next chapter of your story. You do that. So if this resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it today. And leave a comment below, a kind one, telling me what you do when frustration hits. I genuinely want to know. Well, I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Have a great day.